Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today. And we're starting here once again with Ghost of Yotei. It seems like just a little bit more here and there. We're getting just tidbits of info about this game, which tells me that we might be seeing it very soon. But over on the official PlayStation website, they've updated the page for Ghost of Yotei. They start here by asking, what is Ghost of Yotei? And they say, at the northern edge of Japan, a new warrior rises. In 1603, Atsu sets out on a journey in the lands surrounding Mount Yotei, an area filled with sprawling grasslands, snowy tundras, and unexpected dangers. Ghost of Yotei comes to the PlayStation 5 console in 2025. Below that, they say the legend continues. 300 years after the events of Ghost of Tsushima, a new warrior, Atsu, rises from the ashes of her homestead. Filled with fury and determination, Atsu will hunt down those responsible for the death of her family and exact her revenge. Every odd job and bounty will provide the coin she needs for her journey. But how she fights, survives, and evolves the legend of the ghost will be up to you. Next, they say, where does Ghost of Yotei take place? People come north to disappear. Ghost of Yotei takes place in the lands surrounding Mount Yotei, a towering peak at the edge of Japan's snowy northern region. In 1603, this area was outside the rule of Japan, a wild frontier filled with sprawling grasslands, icy tundras, and unexpected dangers. Where can I play Ghost of Yotei? Immerse yourself in the legend, featuring massive sightlines that let you look far across the environment, skies of twinkling stars and auras, and vegetation that sways believably in the wind. Ghost of Yotei has been built from the ground up for PlayStation 5 consoles with enhanced performance and visuals on PlayStation 5 Pro. Alongside its stunning new setting, Ghost of Yotei also features new mechanics, gameplay improvements, and even new weapons for Atsu to master, including Odachi, Kusurigama, and dual katanas. So, yeah, this last part here I would say is very interesting. As far as I'm aware, this is the first time they're making it known that you can wield an Odachi as well as dual katanas. But earlier, they also do confirm what I think many people suspected based off of the first trailer, which is this is a revenge story where, you know, her family was killed and she's, I guess, after whoever is responsible for it. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that Sony is updating the official page for Ghost of Yotei, which does seem to indicate that we may be getting ready to see more of this game sooner rather than later, which is exciting. Moving on to the next topic, though, we're talking about another big game that's set to come in 2025, GTA 6. Now, what's important about this, and I want to stress this, this is official. This is from Take-Two Interactive. This is not a rumor. This is not a leak. This is not some hearsay. And so it's being reported by WCCF Tech. It says, in a recent interview with Wall Street Week's David Weston, which was posted on the Bloomberg Television YouTube channel, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick discussed the company's strategy for GTA 6 marketing. So far, we've only had one trailer released in December of 2023. Red Dead Redemption 2 had 3 trailers scattered over the course of 3 years, plus a gameplay video and a launch trailer. If this pattern were to be followed, it would inherently mean a delay outside of the announced fall 2025 release window. However, Strauss Zelnick outlined a different strategy for GTA 6 where the marketing will only kick off in earnest when closer to launch to balance excitement with unmet anticipation. Here's the full quote. The anticipation for that title, GTA 6, may be the greatest anticipation I've ever seen for any entertainment property. And I've been around the block a few times, and I've been in every entertainment business there is, and we want to maintain the anticipation and the excitement. And we do have competitors who will describe their release schedule for years in advance. We found that the better thing to do is to provide marketing materials relatively close to the release window in order to create that excitement on the one hand and balance that excitement with unmet anticipation. We don't always get it exactly right, but that's what we're trying to do. So this I thought was absolutely worth reporting on because, again, it's one of the only times we're hearing directly from Take-Two Interactive, their CEO, about GTA 6, and he seems to be confirming what I think some of us were suspecting, and that is that they're going to have a very condensed but really intense marketing cycle for GTA 6, and it's not going to be very spread out. Now, this should give people some reassurance that this game is likely not going to be delayed. Us not getting trailer number 2, I think, has led quite a few people to believe that this game is going to get delayed to 2026, but this pretty much confirms that not necessarily. This game could be ready to go in September or October, but the marketing might not kick off till June or July. This is a trend, I would say, that we've been seeing for some big AAA titles these days. Of course, we still see the traditional, like, very spread out marketing cycles that can last potentially years, but it's become a more common practice for big publishers to kind of condense these marketing cycles and just kind of go crazy with it within 1 to 2 months prior to it launching. But we're going to move on to the next topic, which is an interesting one that's being reported by PlayStation Lifestyle. Sony Interactive Entertainment is known for its great first-party titles. Games like Ghost of Tsushima and God of War Ragnarok are future PlayStation classics. However, as the game development time on AAA games like this continues to extend, PlayStation has partnered with other companies to bring some great titles exclusively to its console platform consistently. This is thanks to a dedicated team finding these hidden gems, according to SIE's Phil Rosenberg, SVP of Global Partner Development and Relations. In a recent interview, Rosenberg applauds the work of SIE's Content Ventures team, which is led by Christian Svensson along with Sean Benson. They help the company find hidden gems that are probably off the radar, like Stellar Blade. Quote, "We have, for instance, in GPDR, the Content Ventures team led by Christian Svensson. There's nobody better in the world than Christian and Sean Benson at finding hidden gems and nurturing up-and-coming companies that are probably off the radar for most of us. They get tons of support from the third-party account management team and the partner development team, who are often the very first points of contact. This team worked with Annapurna Games very early on games like Stray. The same approach also led our support for Genshin Impact, Black Myth Wukong, and Stellar Blade, for example." End quote. So we don't usually get interviews from other Sony PlayStation executives like this, and this was a more interesting one. It's also worth noting that he did say within this interview that he believes the Hideaki Nishino era of PlayStation is going to be a really good one. Now, obviously, he's not going to say anything bad, but, you know, it is going to be interesting to see what the next, I would say, like 5 to 8 years potentially is going to be like now that we have completely new management at PlayStation. But either way, it's nice to see that they are continuing to take it very seriously when it comes to looking for hidden gems and finding these games that maybe aren't too on the radar, but if PlayStation, you know, kind of gets involved, can maybe get it on the radar. And yeah, I think that there's no denying this has helped Sony quite a bit in between development of their own big titles. Moving to the next topic, we're talking about a new game that just got a release date that was revealed at Sony's most recent State of Play, and it does look like a pretty good one. This is MindsEye, and we are finding out that it's launching on June 10th, so very, very soon. And it's interesting because it was just revealed as well. But one of the most important things about this game is it's being headed up by Leslie Benzies, and he was a producer on GTA 3, GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas, GTA 4, GTA 5, and after GTA 5, he kind of departed, and now this is his new game. And so this is coming from Ben over on Twitter, where it says MindsEye summary featuring best-in-class cinematics, high-octane driving, and explosive combat. Linear-based game, not open world, set in Red Rock City, a near-future setting, power-greedy villain story, multiplayer title, will be shipping in 2026, and it's a $60 game. Now, you also get, I think, like a bunch of extra content that they're promising for the remainder of this year, even going into 2026, if you do pre-order the game. But yeah, I just thought this was worth mentioning because I feel like it's a game that looks like it has a lot of potential, and what's most interesting to me about it is the fact that it is a linear game based off of what we saw, and considering the history of the person who's behind it, you would have assumed it was like going to be a GTA competitor and an open world game, and I'm kind of glad it's not. So just wanted to kind of throw this out here. It's coming very soon. Let me know what you think about it. But moving on to the next topic, we're talking about Onimusha. We actually got some new information about this game as well. Apparently, we're learning it's going to be around 20 hours to complete. This is courtesy of Okami13 on Twitter. It's releasing in 2026 Flash and parry are confirmed. Difficulty options have not been decided on yet. It's not open world. The story progresses as you clear stages, interact with nearby objects during combat, and use them to your advantage. For example, if you pick up a tatami mat and you can use it as cover, the katana will be your main weapon for the entire game, but there are a variety of attack methods and special moves. Aim is not to make it extremely difficult, but they still want to offer a challenge. Kyoto will be the main setting, but the locations may change, possibly Europe. First new Onimusha in about 20 years. It will be a while before the next information is released, so until then, I hope you will use the elements we have provided so far to expand your imagination. We're working hard to deliver it within 2026, so I would be happy if you could wait for the remastered version of Onimusha 2 to be released in May 2025. And these are all the key points that came from a new Famitsu interview. And I know that many of you are excited for this new Onimusha game, as am I. And so I just wanted to keep you in the loop, keep you updated. And so, yeah, Capcom is letting us know it's going to be quite some time till we get new info, because they're going to be working on it, trying to get it ready for next year. But definitely a game I'm going to be anticipating. But guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, be sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.